Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pit Boss YouTube channel. I'm Brandon from BKC Cooks. We got something special cooking up for y'all today. We're doing a smoked steak au poivre. And we're doing it a little differently, y'all, because we're partnering up with Pendleton Whisky. This Pendleton is something special, y'all. So look, we're going to get right into it, man. We're going to rock our Navigator 1300 at 225. I got a beautiful ribeye that I'm smoking. Let's check out our steak. Let's get our smoker going. We're going to crack open this whiskey. We're going to have a real good time, y'all. Let's go. And we had this beautiful ribeye. This ribeye is about 18 ounces. Beautiful piece of meat. Got it from a local market here. They have some amazing stuff. But I'm going to season it with the Pit Boss smoked salt and pepper. And I'm also going to do, because this is au poivre and we're in Texas, I'm going to add a little more 16 mesh black pepper. So we want that black pepper taste. We want the texture. We want those big pieces of black pepper. But you want to come up high, get a nice, even but thorough coating, because it's a big piece of meat. And again, it's au poivre, so we want a good amount of seasoning. More importantly, a good amount of pepper. And I'm going to come in with just a little extra 16 mesh. We'll pat that in. Do the other side the same way. Now it's ready to go on the smoker. Going to be using the temperature probe that comes with the Navigator. And I'm going to have this in my steak because I want this medium rare. It's not a super thick steak, so I can actually feel the tip of the probe right here in the center. And that's going to be good for me. So we're still rocking at 225. It's going right on the grates. Right in the center. I'm guessing this is going to take close to an hour to get up to about 120. I'm leaving room so that I can achieve the temperature I want before we get it in the sauce. All right, y'all, our steak is up to 120. Let's take a look. That's looking fantastic. We're going to pull it. We're going to let it rest. We're going to get started on our au poivre sauce. Okay, so to make the sauce, we need a base, and the base is going to be all of the fond or the brown bits that we're going to get from searing that steak that we just smoked. So I'm going to get my cooktop on pretty high heat. That way we can get a nice hard sear. And again, we'll develop all those brown bits and all that crust. And we're going to use all of that to make an amazing sauce. So I'm going to get this. I have a heavy triple ply stainless steel pan. You're going to want something heavy like, actually this one is 5 ply. I take that back because I'm fancy like that, you know. But you want at least a triple ply stainless or a good quality cast iron, because you're going to want something that's going to be able to get that kind of heat and hold it. Otherwise, you're just going to end up steaming your steak, and you do not want that. It's going to be disgusting. So I'm going to get this good and hot. I'm going to get our steak that's been resting in here, get it seared off. And again, I'm only going medium hot because we have a lot of peppercorns on there, and we have to have a balance of searing it without, or browning it without burning the pepper, because burnt pepper is no good. So get this hot steak in. All right, I'm going in with some avocado oil. I'm using this because it's pretty neutral flavor and it has a high smoke point. You always want to add your oil once your pan is hot. If you add the oil first, there's a good chance that whatever you're putting in might stick. So we have our steak that we smoked. This is going right in. Give us a swirl, make sure the whole bottom of the pan is coated. And that's the sound you want to hear. Shouldn't go off like a volcano, but you should hear a nice, good sizzle. And this won't take long. Again, we're just browning both sides. We're also going to brown around the side here of the fat cap. And if we can, we'll get all around by the actual ribeye cap or the spinalis. Just depends on how it acts. But definitely we want to brown the fat cap. And we'll just use that by using our tongs and maneuvering. But it's only going to take a little bit on each side to get it brown. Again, we didn't cook the steak all the way while we were smoking. That way we have room for temperature to increase And we're not going to overcook our steak as we're browning. Contrary to what you see a lot of times, you don't always have to have this rip-roaring heat to get a good sear, especially when you're trying to build up fond in the pan. If it's your goal to just sear this thing in like 10 seconds, then yeah, I get that. But for what we're trying to do, we're trying to build a sauce. It's not necessary to do that. So it smells really good. I'm taking a peek here. And yeah, we're ready to flip, y'all. I'm going to move that oil back through. Like I said, just doesn't take long with a good high quality pan such as this. I won't sear this for as long on this side because I'm going to start maneuvering and browning the other pieces. I'm going to add some butter and aromatics and baste in there. And we'll finish browning it as we're doing that. All right. So that's what that top side is looking like. Again, the bottom is not as brown yet, but we're going to continue browning it. But for now, I'm going to sit this on its end, on its edge. And I'm going to brown up this fat cap. I don't like, just chewy, plain fat cap. I want it browned. I want it crispy. I don't like big globby fat. That's not my thing, man. And I'm moving it to different spots in the pan because I'm picking up new heat from those spots that haven't been drained. If that makes any sense. Not to get too thermodynamic on y'all, but new spot, new heat. I'm going to try to get a little browning here on the edge. And I'm going to come back down and get that piece of the fat cap as well. That's pretty naked down there, so we're going to finish that. We'll get it nice and brown. That's looking great to me, so back in it goes. I have some rosemary, fresh thyme, and I have a clove of garlic. And my clove of garlic, I cut some slits into it. I didn't cut all the way through, but I do that because I want all of those oils and flavors to come out. And I'm going to add about a quarter of a stick of butter. Let me get my butter mixed in here. Let it get nice and foamy. I'm going to start basting. Try to keep all my herbs and everything in the mix of this butter to keep the flavors extracting. And I'm going to baste this like so. All right. That's that. Everything is about to come out of here. And I'm going to put in a fresh pat of butter. And we're going to do a little more magic. Okay, so we've got all the brown bits there. That's exactly what we're looking for. And I'm going to do just a pat of butter. I'm going to get this melted up. Now we're going to come in with that shallot. We minced it up really fine. So the shallot's going in. And we're going to cook these until they're translucent. I don't want to brown them. Just till they're nice and clear. All right, now it's time for the star of the show. We got our Pendleton Whisky. I'm really excited to give this beautiful whiskey a taste. Can't wait. That's always the best part, isn't it? So I'm going to get a quarter cup of this amazing whiskey. And we're going to deglaze our pan. All right, now listen. You need to use extreme caution for this next step. I'm cooking on an induction top, so the danger is not as great, but it's still quite dangerous. You should skip this step if you are not confident, but I'm using a long extended lighter, and I'm going to ignite the vapors from that whiskey, and that will help burn off some of the liquor. And we don't need all of the excess liquor in here, but we do need a little bit left behind. And I don't think we can see those flames on camera. It is definitely burning off. All right. The flames have dissipated. We're going to continue to scrape all of the beautiful stuff off the bottom. And we're going to let this reduce a little more. All right, and we're reduced down to where we want to be. So as you can see, there's very little liquid left. That's what we want. It should almost look syrupy. So now we're going to come in with some heavy cream. It's going to be about a third of a cup. Pinch of salt and our 16 mesh black pepper, just a sprinkle. And our sauce is reducing nicely. We're not there yet, but we're going to let this get nice and thick. Not too thick. Our sauce is reduced nicely. Going to hit it at the end with one more little pat of butter. Just give it some nice sheen. And of course, you know, a whole bunch of naughty flavor. That's our sauce. We'll give it a taste. See if it needs anything. See, it's nice and thick. That's perfect. Good amount of pepper. Great taste. All right, y'all, let's get sliced up and plated up. All right, we've got our steak that's been resting. I rested it with all the herbs and garlic on there. Just keep that flavor flowing, man. This is why you want to let your steak rest. So this is the juice that came off of it. It would be twice this amount if we sliced into it while it's hot. But that's not going to go to waste. I'm putting that in our sauce, y'all. But that being said, let's get this old steak cut up here. Perfect medium rare, edge to edge. Smells amazing. We're going to get this sauced. We're going to taste. You can put as much or as little sauce as you like. Let's taste it. All right, time is here. Time to get us a taste. Cannot wait because it smells amazing. This whiskey smells amazing. And yeah, it's been a great cook, y'all. So I got me a primo piece here. Look at that. Perfectly cooked. Okay, I'm about to lose all my sauce. Let's get to it. Yes, 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 yes. This is amazing. Flavoring that whiskey coming through. The fantastic black pepper. And this is just an amazing steak, y'all. It is super tender. I mean, it's pulling right apart, like I said. Smoky, juicy, tender. And that sauce. That sauce is just out of bounds. So after all that hard work, I'm pretty sure I earned myself a glass of whiskey. Check out Pendleton Whisky, y'all. They have several amazing varieties. Make sure you enjoy responsibly like I'm about to do. We thank y'all for watching. We thank our friends over at Pendleton for this collab. Shout out to my folks over at Pit Boss. Make sure you subscribe right here on this channel. Make sure you check all those bells, buttons, whistles so you know when the next piece of heat is coming. Cheers to y'all. Take care. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.